That's the problem with all the access to information that we have. I completely understand why people can become so paranoid when you get... We never learned how to use all this information. We don't learn that. We go to school, learn the same stuff they learned, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, just like updated, like, more stuff about the planet, stuff like that, a little bit more social studies, blah, blah, blah. But still, nothing else. The whole concept of internet was thrown into my life when I was young, and I still know a life without internet, so I'm the last generation that did that. The generation right after me doesn't even know the world without internet. So we get access to all this information, and we don't know how to handle it. What is real, what's wrong, all this discussion about fake news, stuff like that. Mankind has quite some problems thanks to this whole information. Antibiotics are enough to cure it these days. That's good. Antibiotics. A lot of people like say bad stuff about antibiotics, but hey, you died from the weirdest stuff back in the days. Nowadays, you just take an antibiotic, bam, you're cured. Back in the days, you could literally shit yourself to death. And that was the most common death as a soldier. Shitting yourself to death. Wow. The samples are enough for the complete solution of mankind. No, that's nice. It's a double-edged sword, yeah. The internet gives us so many possibilities to improve mankind, to improve humanity, to improve our information, the stuff that we know. It can improve so many things, and it does. But also, it introduced a whole new host of problems that are completely untackled by anything, not by laws, not by things we learned. We have no way how to interact with it. And that's how you get, I don't know, go to a McDonald's next to your place, or to just a restaurant, wherever you go. It doesn't matter. You can go to a subway station. Look at the people. Look at the zombies. Smombies. It's a horrible word, but smartphone zombies, smombies. Sitting next to each other, I saw like a couple in McDonald's. I just drive next to it, and I saw a young couple. They were like 16, 15, young couple. They sat down, each across of each other. They don't look at each other. They look into their fucking smartphones. Don't talk to each other. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this world? Where are we going to? Is this the advancement of mankind? I don't think so. Fuck smartphones. That's another reason that's why I'm not really actively trying to get a new one, since mine is broken. Mine broke like almost 9 or 10 months ago, I think. And I haven't gotten a new one yet. And I'm pretty fine. Actually, I feel pretty relaxed thanks to that. What do our Grand Leader Miss Merkel say? Yeah, the internet is like a new frontier. Yeah, stupid bitch. Quickest step to telepathy. Modern medical advancement is kind of the root of overpopulation and to an extent global warming. Yeah. I find it easier to talk to people over text than in person. That's the problem. We find it is easier. It is easier, but it's not real. It's not real conversation. So many misunderstandings in texts. I had so many, be it to girls, to friends, to my mother, to my brother, because you can't see their emotion. You can't hear how they say a word. It's such a big difference if you say hi, or if you say hi. That's lost. What's the person feeling? Is he feeling well? Does he look sick? Does he look bothered? Did he just make a joke, or did he mean it serious? You just don't know that. And that's why we invented smileys. And what did we do the first thing once smileys were like normal for everybody? We invented Kappa and stuff like that. So nowadays, even ironical statements, you don't even know what is ironical anymore. And on the internet, so many times, someone says a joke, someone doesn't get it, and they ridicule the person who didn't get it. Another thing is they say something, and afterwards someone else says, well, you can't think that's true, blah, blah, blah. And the first person just rudders back and says, oh my god, didn't you get it? It was a joke. It was sarcasm. Don't take it too seriously, man. I hate these fucking liberal libtard faggots, and especially all the hostility on the internet is amazing. Just because you don't have to use your real name, your real face, and you don't look into someone's eye, people are saying the weirdest and really offensive shit and break people. Internet mobbing, internet stalker, all that kind of shit. It's easier because emotions are avoided. Yes, a lot of shit, that's a problem. For some reason, my mouth just won't open even when I want to talk to them. Just do it, man. Just do it, trust me. It only gets easier by doing it. Jump over that fence of fear that you have, because it's unreasonable. It's really unreasonable. Once you open up, you will notice how many good persons are out there that you can actually talk to. Of course, you will meet a douchebag here and there, or a bitch that's just like acting like a bitch. And whatever. You will find people that you don't like and that don't like you. That's normal. That's how it should be. But you will find way more people that are actually pretty cool. Just be you. Like XC42 and I did in school, we lay our phones on the table and the first one grabbing his phone has to pay for lunch. Oh, that's good. I like it. It's almost a form of an AI in itself. Yeah, we are becoming an AI. My generation and subsequent ones, 1990s, are almost unable to healthily express their emotions, be that over-emotional or inability to show it at all. Yeah. I'm sure psychologists are having a field day and also the worst kind of experience ever in the history of psychology and mankind. Those technologies are fucking us up and we don't know what to do. The more you bottle it up, the easier it is to release. Yeah, but it could release the wrong way if you bottle it up too much. If you have all this fear and anxiety is like the word in English, the best word for it. Anxiety is it's not just like a disease nowadays, it's just a common thing. It's common. A lot of people that have anxiety are afraid to go out, afraid to contact people. Even, I have to say, I was like a really shy person back in the day. Really, really shy. Couldn't talk to anybody. Then I got this beautiful, 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 amazing girlfriend for 5 years. And that's where I opened up. Step by step, step by step. And I started with her, by knowing her. I talked to her in the bus. And stuff like that. That's how we went, that's how we started to know each other and stuff like that. And things went from A to B. And I fought for her for 3 months, and then I had her. What a good time. We're still friends, by the way. She has a good boyfriend, I like him, he's a nice guy. And he fits her way much than I do now. At the time we were the best couple ever, we had like no conflicts even. We didn't even like scream at each other, never, we had never conflicts. It was almost too perfect. And everyone was saying stuff like, you are the first ones to marry. But yeah, that's ancient stuff. But I'm glad that we still have like a good connection, we still like each other, without any kind of problems, no feelings, nothing like that. Just friends that had a history with each other, and we went through some shit, went through it, got out of it stronger, and here we are. So yeah, okay, I digressed. Sorry guys, but somehow that popped into my mind. But right now, see, isn't it a cool thing to talk about stuff like this? I love it. I could talk about this kind of stuff all day. I'm not talking about my relationship. I mean like generation, psychology, technology, invading our lifestyles. Another word I really hate are like millennials, because it's another category to shove a lot of people into. Not all millennials are like stupid or whatever. Of course there are stupid millennials, but there are also stupid 90 guys, 90 guys, 90s. It's stupid to generalize in general. It's just stupid. Categories are just for people who don't know how to talk to people. Don't know how to think. I hate categories so much. To put people in a drawer. To say, yeah, I don't know, whatever you pick. Whatever kind of attitude you pick. Oh, he's a black dude, so he must have a big dick and eats chicken and watermelons. I don't know, maybe he has a small dick and he hates fucking watermelons. Oh my god, he's an Asian dude, so he must be really good at computers and play the yo-yo and stuff. This is like the racist stuff, but there's... You know what? Fuck you, that's not interesting. Yeah, like, I hate generalizations. There's the racist, there's the sexist, there's racism, sexism, all this kind of stuff. And then there's the more subtle ones, like I was a victim of it, like victim in quotation marks, because it was not that bad for me. Yeah, I was seen as like a computer guy, because I learned to become a programmer, so I'm the computer guy. Yeah, that fits you, because in my youth I was completely socially awkward, I still kind of am, but that's fine. But I learned to live with it, and I'm not shy about it anymore. I can be pretty confident in what I'm saying, and if I know what I'm talking about, that's like my big step. If I know what I'm talking about, I can be very confident about it. Have no problem going to strangers and talk about whatever. So you can be a socially awkward person and still be confident. That's like for me a big rule, a big thing that I learned over the years. All generations saw the following as stupid or weird because they don't understand the way of thinking. Yeah, true. True. The problem is, you can also look at the generations before me. They don't understand. I don't understand them, and I don't understand the generations after me. But that's not a generation thing. I think the whole concept of generations, in that we don't understand them, is just kind of wrong. There are always people who agree and disagree. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking. Absolutely, categories are for less intelligent people. Yes, yes. Kind of harsh to say, but I actually agree with you, yeah. Categories are for people who don't want to think about stuff. Oh, yeah, I know there are people who are not. I know there are like for let's take the worst generalization that's happening on the planet for over 20 years now at least, Arabs or Muslim people. Especially I like the thinking that Arabs and Muslims are for most people the same. And fanatic Islamists, fanatic. Oh, sorry. What's happening? Fanatic. What's the English word for it? Islamists? No. Fanatic Muslims, whatever you want to call it. That they are getting shoved into the same fucking category as completely normal Muslims who are just like you and me. They do their life. Most of them don't even practice their religion. They are just born a Muslim because their parents were Muslim, and they don't give a fuck. They don't care. And even if they do, there are so many religious people out there who teach the good stuff, take the good stuff out of their religions, and are fine. They're completely fine people, and don't do anything bad. In contrary, I met so many great pastors and not cardinals, like the priests from the Catholic and Evangelical Church, and they're nice guys. So nice guys. They're so helpful to like poor people and in general to everyone. It doesn't matter. Whoever you are, you can go to them and they will help you for no reason, because they are helping people. They can tell you where to go if you need help. They can give you help, and like spiritual help also, and just like you need someone to listen, you need someone to talk to, go to them. They do it for free. You don't need to go to a fucking psychologist to talk to someone. Go to a priest. Maybe you don't like what they have to say. Maybe they say you need like but not everyone is like a crazy god fanatic. Not all of them. I think not even the majority of them. Okay. The nice thing, totally agree on that. It's cool to discuss topics like that and get the opinion of other people. I think so too, right? It's interesting. The nice thing about generalization is, for example, if you see 42 and me and you could think we are brothers, but as soon as you can see quite a difference, yeah. Kind of reminds me of people who mock 10-year-olds for not knowing about floppies or cassettes. Yeah, that's so... They weren't born when that was used, when those were used. Why should they know? Oh my gosh, you don't even know what a VHS cassette was. You don't even know what I had to struggle with. Who gives a fuck? The struggles are over. Shut up, live on. Fucker. Funny is, every religion did many wrong things, like a Catholic Church and the Crusades, but they have a baguette, guys. I was on your side too, like many years ago, but the more I learn about history, it's not so easy to just say like, yeah, you can't just say that also like Catholic Church is like the bad guys. That's also not true. There are bad people, and there are good people, and in every single group you take of this world, whatever, be it Christians, Buddhists, Muslims, black persons, white persons, Asian persons, orange persons like Trump, whatever you take, whatever kind of group of purple people you take, they are bad motherfuckers. They are assholes everywhere. It doesn't matter what they are. They can be assholes, whatever. So fuck categories, fuck it. We don't need them. And if more people would think that way, we would be such a nice, friendlier, such a nice and friendlier conversation about on the whole planet. The UK left the EU because people generalize people not from the UK as the problem. It's kind of disgusting to see people just being racist in public. Yeah, people do that nowadays, and that's the most interesting thing about Facebook. Just look at fucking Facebook. I mean, back in the day, it was all about being anonymous on the internet. You could call yourself Hockeybird, Link220, KhobarKast, Plokana, whatever. Go on the internet and type in the weirdest shit. Be a racist, be a sexist, call someone gay, call someone a faggot, whatever. You know, you can be an asshole. But nowadays, they do the same stuff on Facebook with their real faces, with a real picture next to it. And a lot of times you can even click on them and see they live there and there. They work for this and this corporation and stuff. You can look this up, and they are still typing that shit. That really fucked my mind. I was like, are people that stupid? I loved it when I saw the report of a couple. They were like, they posted a lot of anti-Semitic stuff, like Jews are shit and they're bad people, stuff like that, anti-Semitic stuff. They posted that stuff, and then they posted that on Facebook, and there's a group of people on Facebook that searches for those kind of comments. They saw that, they reported those comments, they reported those to the corporations they worked for because they saw it on their profiles. That created some buzz, and what did the corporations do? Fire their asses. They fired them. They said, we don't want to have anything to do with those kind of people. Anti-Semitic pieces of shit? Fuck them, we fire them. Amazing. That's like a good example of what information and information access can do. That's like a good example. You can find these, in my eyes, bad people and root them out. Completely deserved, in my opinion. If you are such an anti-Semitic dirtbag, be at least intelligent enough to not talk about it in public. Be at least that kind of intelligent. If you can't even do that, then you don't deserve to work in a company that has at least some kind of values. Yeah, fuck them. I would want to mock them for not knowing how to use things from 1910. Yeah. There are some Buddhist sects that are quite violent. I was surprised about that, but hey, why not? Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. There are little groups, undergroups of every group, everywhere. Gamers, oh my god, gamers can be such a bunch of faggots and fucks. And I don't mean faggot in like gay. I mean just being a faggot. Yeah, I watch too much Louis C.K., one of my famous, one of the biggest comedians nowadays. He's great. He talked about the word faggot. How he used it back in the day, not for calling someone gay, for just being like, like an ass, arrogant, like a prick. Elitist, yeah, whatever you want to call them. There's no good and evil, there's only something in between. Yeah. I wouldn't call myself a good person. Somewhere in between. That's like, you have like this alignment scheme for Baldur's Gate, for Dungeons and Dragons, like lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, true neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil. I like these alignments, those 9 things. You can't put everyone in there. It's still a generalization. It's still a category. True. But I like to think about what the fuck am I? And I would never put myself into good, I think. No. I would think I would go for lawful neutral. Something like that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Hashtag the more you know. Yeah. Yeah. You can always learn stuff every single day of your life. But that was like my rant from before. I'm ranting for 20 minutes now. It's nice to know more. But do you really know that stuff? Or did you just look at an article from a shady fucking website on the internet or in a forum post or something and you don't actually know if it's true. That's a problem. What is true anymore? What is true? What can you believe? Is what my newspaper saying, is that true? Maybe the reporter was really there, and what he's reporting about is actually true. But I don't know. Because I I saw a YouTube video and they said it's not true. And another YouTube video that said it's not true, but it were aliens. Another one said it were reptilians ruling over us. You know, there's so much crazy stuff out there. You don't know what to believe anymore. After a while you can question everything, and that's when it gets critical. And that's when people like me and a lot of people, I don't know a word for us people, who have a problem with that. Whose minds get fucked up from that. It fucks me up just thinking, I can't be sure about anything anymore. That fucks my whole worldview. What is true? What is not? Also, this is so fitting to Deus Ex, by the way. Yeah. The learning ends only with the death, yeah. Newspaper and propaganda can be the same thing. Aren't we playing Deus Ex? Yeah, sorry, shall I return to the game? What do you guys think? Enough ranting? I'm sorry. I live by feeling. Good way. Can go wrong. Can go completely wrong. Can go completely right. You never know. But at least you stick to a standard. Set yourself standards. Like, just to yourself. Like morals. That's something we should learn. Morals in school. Be a nice guy. You don't need to go to fucking church to learn that. You don't need a fucking Bible to tell you shouldn't kill another person. I don't need a Bible for that. That's my head telling itself to me, because my morals tell me killing is wrong. I don't need a book for that. And I think a lot of moral compass things, we have a moral compass, and I'm sure a lot of those things are in us when we are born. Maybe you're on a simulation anyway. Yeah, there are even like good articles about it. I read one that was quite scary. I was like, wow, pretty well written. Might be completely full of shit, but it was a nice read. Okay, so now, calm down, Alex. Enough ranting. But I think it's very interesting that there's still so many people listening to me rant. Alright. Religion in school is propaganda in itself. Every media wants to influence us in some way. Sure. Of course. Of course. Propaganda doesn't have to be like a really bad thing. Like, in our school we learn that capitalism is the way the world works. And that we live in our world. The first world. Yeah. It was also interesting to find out what actually, you know the term third world countries? It just means the countries that are not capitalist or communists. That's what they meant, that's all. Oh yeah, the rest is third world countries. First world capitalism, second world communism, third world countries. The rest. What a fucking awful category. So yeah. Stop it now, let's stop the ranting. Return to the game, Alex. Focus, stuff like that.